we got some Aaron Rodgers news. And this
Let's
is
go.
news where it could clear some things up. I mean, we obviously don't know what's going on with him. I think those AirPods that he had in have like really good battery, because I think he's still walking on the beach, man. I honestly don't think we're going to hear from him for quite some time. The breeze must be nice. I mean, waves must be good. The temperature, he's not on a beach in Iowa, right?
I was just thinking, like, when is this invite coming?
It's got to, I mean, that's maybe the problem. Maybe that's it. Maybe
I need to check my mail.
Maybe he sends puzzles. And the first step was find your other windshield wiper.
If that's the case, Aaron, you are one smart cookie, because I will
some glass
never
onion
make
shit,
it.
dude. This could be some glass onion shit.
I would never make it if he did that. Please, don't put those thoughts in my head.
Anyways, the Vikings have rejected multiple trade calls on JJ McCarthy, telling other teams they're moving forward with him as quarterback. The team plans to add a veteran, but they are not pursuing Aaron Rodgers at this time. JJ McCarthy now enters the offseason as QB1. So before we get into the Rodgers talk, how cool is that we finally have some clarity on the Minnesota Vikings, a team that, as if the new rules of seeding would have happened this year, would have been the number 2 seed in the NFC, the second best team. They didn't have a great end to their season. Thanks Sam Darnold to that. It helped you with a payday in Seattle. But now it's time for JJ McCarthy to step forward. Had a great career at Michigan. I mean, he looked pretty good in preseason before he got hurt last year. There's a lot of upside to this kid. What do you think about him, Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones? I mean, you got to put them in the same conversation as if Aaron Rodgers was playing quarterback for them, right?
Yeah, he's got all the same weapons at his disposal there. This is a super exciting one. It's similar to like how I felt about Drake May, but not the same at all, if that makes any sense. Like the anticipation to see what Drake May could do was a very thrilling kind of feel. When is he going to get in? What's he going to be able to do when he gets in there? Especially for him, with like he was the Bugatti in the motorhome picture.
Ooh.
You know, that's who Drake May was. Now that's not a direct shot, but obviously it's pretty clear when you pick up a franchise quarterback that he's kind of going to be a Bugatti. Anyways,
making a
for JJ McCarthy, for JJ McCarthy, it's kind of that like, now I want to know what he can do, because we have seen some very promising things, but then you had to sit out, and then the team succeeded, and now they've got all these weapons, and it seems like he's really going into a really, really good situation here. And obviously coming from that class, I am excited. I'm very excited to see. It looks like it's a great situation to find yourself in, but you got to remember he's not mentally a rookie, but he is still like going to have to adjust to the pace of the game. And I'll be kind of curious to see how that goes. But man, to get to be a quote unquote rookie with Justin Jefferson, are you kidding me? That's unbelievable.
Okay, Nick, let me put it here. Should I play devil's advocate now?
Yes.
I think I should. Let's play this game with the NFC North. Obviously, Green Bay Packers. You got the Detroit Lions. You got the Chicago Bears, who are finding a way to build in the trenches. Is there a possibility that we're hyping up this Minnesota Vikings team with Rodgers or without Rodgers? Now we know it's without Rodgers. So with JJ McCarthy, where if you have a rookie quarterback, if you will, and I say that in quotations because he's going to be like a rookie after being injured, are you going to have a likely regression next year? And here's why I say that. This team could easily be back to the top of the NFC North, but I could easily see them at the bottom of the North as well.
What?
Because they were 8-1 last year in one-score games.
Yeah, close games. Same thing with the Chiefs.
They had 9 come from behind wins and 3 fourth-quarter comebacks.
I think that if my mind is right, which it rarely is, wasn't it like 3 years ago that they had the wicked good record in one-score games, and then they took a step back, and then this last year they were good? Or did they have 2 good years back-to-back?
I can't remember.
I think they had a year in between. It was the year of the Justin Jefferson crazy catch against the Bills. I believe that was a while back. So then there's that one. There's that year where they just did not lose one-score games. And then I think they had a year in between where they were not very good in one-score games. And then last year. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But maybe we're seeing a pattern. So that would mean next year they don't win any of the one-score games. And then the year after, that's Minnesota Vikings football, baby. That's
Maybe we're just 1 year away. Maybe this is the year to build JJ up, get him excited, get his feet wet, make sure he's feeling good and strong in the trunk of his pants, just ready to go. I mean, you got to make sure he's good, man. You got to make sure he's ready to roll.
I know you didn't say anything wrong, but can we get a shirt that says "Get JJ in his trunk"? I just feel like that is like, I like that. I don't even know what that means. It's
provocative.
That's
awesome. No one knows what
it
means.
is. No one knows what it means. So, anyways, Aaron Rodgers then obviously, Aaron Rodgers is the byproduct then of this decision to go with JJ McCarthy. Do you think he retires now? That's the question. Is it Steelers or retirement?
I mean, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. Where would you want to go? Is this one of these situations now where, I mean, because we haven't heard from him, right? We don't even know if he wants to play. So that's one thing. The Steelers, I think, are in a tough situation right here. Now, we haven't even put out some of the other options for the Steelers. Obviously, Russell Wilson's still out there, but that's going to be an interesting relationship if he comes back because, I mean, they didn't bring him back in the first place right now. So, you brought the team to a playoffs, but oh, hey, by the way, we're going to wait on another guy who was with the Jets last year, a terrible organization. Maybe that'll work for us. There's talks about maybe trading for Kirk Cousins, although he just got a $10 million deal to become the backup quarterback for the Falcons. I mean, Joe Milton could be traded still. We don't know what's going on with Joe Milton, right?
Yeah, potentially.
There's a lot of other options. I think Aaron Rodgers shot himself in the foot on this one if he wanted to play again. If he wanted to play again, the fact that he is being quiet and doing the whole mysterious Aaron Rodgers thing, keeping everyone in the dark, quite literally this time, then I think that he shot himself in the foot. Now, if he wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, he's still got some leverage because we're still talking about him. And the Steelers haven't ruled him out. So meaning he has leverage, meaning he can wait as long as he wants, apparently. But I think that deadline has to be, I mean, we're 5 weeks away from the NFL draft, as we mentioned. It's got to be at least 3 weeks. Got to give this team a couple weeks to prepare for the draft. I mean, right now, you are making this organization do double the work. You are making them say, okay, we are going to prepare for the draft, prepare for the rest of free agency as Aaron Rodgers is our QB1. Okay, you half of the staff, go do that. And then you half of the staff, we need to focus as we need to go get our quarterback in the NFL draft, or we need to make this type of move. What kind of needs do we need now? Doing that 4 weeks ahead of the draft, 5 weeks ahead of the draft, when you're trying to become another playoff team where we all know that the AFC is a very tough place to become a playoff team, especially if you don't have a quarterback. The Bengals could be a team that takes it over from them. The Patriots could. Who knows? Right?
No, I agree.
So you have to get some answers now. You got to find a way to get some answers. If I'm Mike Tomlin, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm the GM of the Steelers, if I am that organization, if you don't have an answer by this Monday, like personally, I'm making that deadline a lot shorter. Yeah. I'm moving on. I think you have to
get it in.
I think you got to make some phone calls in New England, see what the price for Joe Milton is, try to bring it down from a third, which is rumored to be a third, try to get that to a fourth maybe, and maybe make that move regardless. Because
I think
if you get Rodgers, then you got a bridge. But yeah, man, interesting stuff on that one.
I've had inside talks with allegedly very high up people in the Patriots organization. If you want to get them off of the third, you need to go with a fourth, and then it would be a George Pickens and DK. So it'd be a big package. And then they would get Joe Milton, which is what it's worth. I mean, actually, they're probably getting a steal there. But yeah, no, as far as quarterback for the Steelers, obviously Rodgers is a solid option. And I've said, I think that the Jets organization just cursed, kind of like the football guys just don't want them to succeed. Maybe they end up going with Joe Milton. Whatever the case might be, I think that a great option for them is the draft. And